Hey guys, 𝘀𝗶𝗃𝗃 here. You know, for the last couple of decades, I've been teaching, coaching, and training people how to create a better quality of life in the network marketing profession. And just finished up an interview with an absolute legend in the network marketing or direct selling profession, a guy by the name of John Milton Fogg. He wrote a great book many moons ago called The Greatest Networker in the World. Sold well over 1.5 million copies of that book. He's traveled all over the world. He has impacted literally millions and millions of people in our profession. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Keith. Have you guys ever read the book, The Greatest Networker? Mark Twain, Donald, I know you haven't, but hey, that's okay. For my friends who've been in the network marketing profession, this is a fable. You would like this book, Don. You'd absolutely like it because it's in a story form, and you're a master storyteller. Hey, John O'Connell, how are you, man? John has actually created a new group, and this has really become his passion. And I'll put a link above the video here, but it has to do with communication. So if you go to facebook.com/group/speaking and listening, you can plug into it. You know, the thing that we're never really taught is how to listen. Now, when it comes to, hey, Scott, welcome. When it comes to building our businesses, and I don't care what kind of business it is, whether it's a network marketing business or whether it's a coaching business or even a real estate business, we have to speak to the needs, goals, desires of our prospects, our potential clients. And all too often, we are in our head trying to go 5 steps ahead about what we're going to say, what we're going to do. And just by being present and just by truly listening, I think we can connect on a human level, a whole lot better. Hey, Scott, welcome. And what I want for you guys is I want you to have more success in your business. So I put this series together. It's called Prosperity and the Mentors. If you want to get access to it when it's released. Hey, Heather, welcome. You can go to 𝘀𝗶𝗃𝗃.com/mentors, 𝘀𝗶𝗃𝗃.com/mentors, and you'll be notified of this. Hey, Floyd. Again, definitely check out John's, his group. Again, that's facebook.com/groups/speaking and listening. Hey, buddy. And what you're gonna, he actually has a free book that you can download. It's like a 17-minute read. He was gonna put it into a TED Talk, but he decided to make it available to everybody. So go to that group, check it out. And whether we're talking about the relationships with your partner or whether it's talking about building your business. Hey, Tommy, welcome. You have to be able to be present and communicate. I got to ask you guys who are on with me now. Do you ever feel like people aren't listening to you? If you've ever experienced that, just type yes and let me know how that feels, because we've all experienced it. You know, one of my pet peeves is when you're talking to somebody and you're having a conversation, but they're looking over here and then they're looking over here. You can tell they're really not present. And as leaders and as influencers, we absolutely must have a good ear for the problems, the struggles, the challenges that people have. You know, nobody likes to be sold anything, but everybody likes to buy, right? So wouldn't it be cool? Hey, Barbara, welcome. Wouldn't it be cool if we really developed ourselves? And John is at the point really where he talks about communication is really a skill, but it's also a tool. And if you think about it like that, we really need to think about how are we showing up? Are we really listening to our customers? Are we listening to our distributors? Are we listening to our children? All too often as parents, I think we don't listen to our kids. And it doesn't matter whether they're 30 like mine are or 8. We need to listen. We need to be present. We want to, I think at the end of the day, create a bigger contribution. And the only way we can create contribution and influence people is that if we speak in terms of their interests. You know, you guys know if you've been following me for any length of time, I'm going through this book again. You know, I read this book 34 years ago. Dale Carnegie took this course 34 years ago. I told John that I was going through it again. He says, slow learner, are you, A? Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know. But here's what I know is that Dale Carnegie knows that when you speak in terms of the other person's interest, you got their attention. So if you're in business for yourself and you're not getting the success that you want, you need to slow down a little bit. And I love what John said he's doing. So John's 70 years old. He's made millions of dollars. He's impacted millions of people all over the world. And what he wants is he wants to go into conversations without his ego, without his agenda, turning everything over to God and let God lead the way as opposed to him having his own agenda. When we have our own agenda, I think more times than not, we get in our own way. Has anybody ever had that problem besides me? So I got to tell you, check out John Milton Fogg's Facebook group. You're going to dig it. Hey, Raylene, you're absolutely going to love who this guy is if you don't know him. Again, he's been around probably since Moby Dick was a minnow. No, not really. But since the probably the late 80s. And he's published several different magazines. He was just inducted to the Direct Selling Hall of Fame, which is kind of cool. So get to know this guy. He's very approachable. He's humble. He's got tremendous knowledge. And be part of the conversation with John. And I would love to know from you what's your biggest struggle with communication. Is it more personal communication or business communication? Is it with your prospects, or is it your team members? Or is it with your family, or is it your friend? If you're not having the success you want in business and in life, odds are you're probably not listening. And I think John would agree with me. I'll tag him in this video, and maybe he'll add to the conversation here. But I appreciate you guys. Again, if you want to be part of the series, if you want to get access to that, you know, I interviewed Richard Brooke yesterday. I've interviewed Randy Gage. I got Bob Berg coming up. I got Ray Higdon coming up. 𝘀𝗏𝗏 coming up. Got some just amazing leaders in this series. So go to 𝘀𝗏𝗏𝗏.com/mentors. Get on the list. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Get on the list to get this information. If and only if you want more prosperity and abundance in your life. Because I asked these guys some hard questions. And, you know, Candy G was an amazing woman I interviewed. She went from single, broke mom, from eating peanut butter to flying around in private jets. Odds are she knows a few things that you don't know. Get plugged into that series. Get on the list. I'll probably create a book out of this because it's just been so incredibly rewarding for me. And I know you'll get a lot of value out of it. So, again, appreciate who you are. Appreciate you joining in on the conversation. If you have any questions about communication, specifically listening and speaking, add those questions below. And we'll tag John Fogg in it and see if we can get him into this conversation. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make it a better than terrific day and a prosperous one. Till we talk again. Bye-bye for now.